Hey y'all, how are you? What's going on? This is your girl, Dr. T. I said I wanted to be consistent and coming on at 5. So listen, today is Fun Friday. I left my mocktail. So today is Fun Friday. It's all about, having fun in your workplace, having fun in your life, and figuring out some other ideas that you can do to make your workplace fun, fun, fun. Because as a CEO, you can't always be so rigid about things. And I had to learn that. So let me start by saying I'm your girl, Dr. TOD. I am the creator of Sustain Your Business Academy, a place for individuals, women in particular, that are in the health and wellness industry to create ways for them to sustain their biz. Okay. So, how do I do that? One of the ways I do that is to prepare you with some classes and some courses, some coaching that you can have one on one with me. I created a 12-step process that allows us to work together and make sure that your goals are being attained and sustained. Because why? I have been in practice for over 22 years in the field of optometry, and I believe that the business practices that I put in place have sustained my business. I am the one that thinks outside the box, yet I'm also the one that asks the questions to find out, hey, what is going on with your business, right? What can I do to help improve? What can I do to make changes? And one of the things that I highly, highly focus on is your front desk and how you are as a CEO. So, one of the things that we do talk about is the fact that how do you monetize your front desk? How are you as a CEO? How are you as an entrepreneur? How are you unique comparatively to the industry standards? So come on in, join up. Also go to Med is My Biz, which is our group that we have an amazing group of individuals in that group. And you can go there and become a member of the group, but become a member of Sustain Your Biz Academy so that you can stay on top of what we are offering. But again, it is what? Fun Friday. It is Fun Friday. Why? Because I believe in the power of being happy. It is important for your staff to be happy. It is important for you to be happy. And how do we do that? We put in some things to make sure that you have sustainable systems in place. So let's recap of what we were talking about this week. How are you showing up as a boss? How are you showing up when you go to your office? Go back to the feed so that you can see how we were talking about how to show up as a CEO, some tips and tricks and strategies that I gave this week. And, there's a master class that's in our school already. And there's the class coming up very soon. I'll post that a little bit later. So let's set the tone about having fun in your office. Number one. Oh, I forgot. Let me know because I'm hyped today. Let me know where you're watching from. Put your comments in there, right? Where you watching from? Where you watching from? Let me know. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm hyped today because it is what? Fun Friday. Yes, indeed. All right. So let's get started. So as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, you have all right to make the rules in your office. So last week we talked about different ideas. You can check out that feed as well, but it's actually in the class. So I think I deleted it. So you're going to have to sign up for the class in order to see that one. So last week we talked about ways of intermingling your staff into having fun, because it's time to have fun sometimes. You can't always be so rigid. You want to create an environment where I always say you want them to stay. You don't want them to go. You don't want them to utilize yourself and then, decide that I've taken all that I've taken and now I'm going someplace else. You want to have fun. So, for example, today I am not dressed up. I have on a hoodie that says I'm a what? New York girl in a Pennsylvania world because I'm originally from New York and I am in Pennsylvania. So, yeah, you could do that. Have a sweatshirt day. Come in. If you're in a medical field and you're wearing scrubs or whatever, let them wear, the regular scrubs. You do have to have some say on what's going to be on the shirt. But you can have a sweatshirt day. You can have a t-shirt day. It's summertime, right? So that's some of the ways that you can have fun in the office on Friday. Have some goofy, if you're in a pediatric office, wear some goofy things in the office. I know that we have COVID-19, so some things we have to be careful of, but it can be simple t-shirt with Mickey Mouse on it, or it could be a Mickey Mouse day or something like that you can decide that, pick your theme. Again, if you have a large group that are in your office, pick a team that's always excited and happy and let them come up with a theme for the Fun Fridays, right? So you want to set the tone and you want to set the right tone. And how do you do that? Number one, you have to be able to effectively communicate. You have to have good communication between yourself and your staff. As an entrepreneur, I know that can be hard because there are days where you're tired or you don't feel like you really want to work at it, right? So then you have to then figure out, hey, I'm going to do this anyway. We're going to communicate. So I'll give you an example of today. We are trying to implement some new things due to COVID-19. And I've been in the office and then the assistant hasn't. And then she's been in the office and then I haven't. So it's like, it felt good today to have a Zoom call today because I was not only able to communicate where my thoughts were, but she was also able to communicate where she thought we should go with some of the things that we're trying to implement due to COVID-19, of some of the stuff that she researched on her end. And that's what you want. You want to be able to have staff members that's going to go a little bit above. And that's my step 2, I think. Yeah, that's my step 2. So going back to number 1, you want to effectively communicate and you don't want to let situations or issues sit or linger for a long time, meaning you want to stop avoiding those major issues. You want to just nip them in the bud really quick. And that's how you align yourself to have a fun and environment, because all that other stuff goes out the window, right? Because you already dealt with the situation. You already dealt with a customer. You already dealt with a bill. You already dealt with whatever, right? But you want to make sure that that is not trickling down to your staff and it's not hurting you, right? Because some of the things that we talk about is that, as an entrepreneur, it's so hard on you. So if this is adding value for you today, type V in the comment. If you think of anything else that you might do in your office, let me know. Let me know what ideas that you do in your office to have fun. I know for us on Fun Fridays, we used to, before COVID, I would bring in, maybe donuts and coffee, and we would even offer it to patients. Now you can't have that. Now you're going to have to be creative on ways on how to figure out how to do a Fun Friday. So number 1, some tip is good communication, and that's with your staff and other people in your office. And don't avoid, and part of good communication is don't avoid major issues, okay? Because then that puts like heavy ear. Then you want to listen and encourage ideas. When I was working for other people, or I was working at other industries and things of that nature in other offices, I really hated having meetings. And the reason why I hated having meetings is because they ask you for your ideas, right? and they never did anything with them. Are you in that space right now? Have you been asked to give ideas and then it's like nothing has happened with it? Nothing has been given. Well, as an entrepreneur, yes, it is your office, but you also want, or it's your practice, or it's your business, but you also want to have your co-workers or your staff to be able to give their own ideas, because that way they are vested into your business, right? Let them be creative in figuring out ways of how to execute whatever plan that you may have. So I'll give you an example today. I think today was an amazing meeting with my staff. And, basically they did the research on their own and was like, listen, this is what we should do. And so we then figured out, hey, that's not a bad idea. So I like to try to intertwine some of the things that I think about and then some of the ones that that they come up with, right? So, like I said, I hate going to meetings where I'm asked for my ideas and then nothing ever happens with them. What about you? Because I know I don't. What's the purpose? That's when you have staff to just sit back and just be like, you just hear crickets in the air because nobody's saying anything. Don't be that CEO. Don't be that boss. Third thing, encourage them to move up. Encourage them to go outside of what you are already doing to be able to improve in their skills. And why am I saying this? Why am I saying this? Because why? I am giving you sustainable business solutions. Sustainable solutions to your business, because that's important. And then lastly, have some fun. Have some fun. I know in this season it is hard. I know in this season that we are struggling. Some are struggling financially. Some may have even closed. If that is you, I just pray, for you, and that things, will get a little bit better for you. But I also want to, let you know that it's okay. Be encouraged that you could still have fun. You can still make light of everything that is going on in your office. So think of this as this way. If you're always so uptight, if you're always worried, that energy goes into your staff. So you definitely want to be sure that you are okay and that you are doing well. And this is why I also add, if you look up at the top, I added the Take Care of You class. That's a virtual class that you can take. Sign up for it. It's not that expensive. I think it's only $37, $47. And then we also have the Monetizing Your Front Desk. These are the offers that are coming on. And the other one is an onboarding system that I created that can help you go step by step on how you onboard your staff. Listen, communication is key. Communication is key in anything that we do as an entrepreneur, and sometimes you kind of have to have fun with it and learn from the mistakes. And this is what I'm offering. See, I've been in practice for 22 years, and I feel as though had I not made the mind shift, and that's what it's going to take. You're going to have to take that mind shift to say that you want to do better. You want to sustain your business. You want this to last, right? You want from generation to generation. If you are a new entrepreneur, female entrepreneur in the medical field or in the health and wellness business, and you need a business coach, I'm that one, because I help you to take your vision to make it clear. Although you may sometimes think that, hey, this is not doable. It is, because if God gave it to you, you thought of it, it's doable. I said to myself a long time ago, if you listen to my live yesterday, I gave you a story about a young lady that always wanted to be a doctor. I was specifically taking myself out of it, but that story was me. And that's what I want to exude to you, is to say that everything that you're thinking of, everything that has been in your spirit, and I talked about that last month, listen to your inner voice, is that you can do it. And if you have an office and right now you're kind of in a little bit of disarray, a little bit of turmoil, a little bit of, you know, it's not happy when you go in there, make it happy. Figure out a way to have some fun. Pull your staff aside when there's hardly any customers coming in. Make them come in. Make them come in a little bit later. And hold on, I got a call. That's my office assistant. Make them, figure out, what's going on. Because at the end of the day, it's important for, you to be able to create an environment where staff is going to stay. So you have to have fun with it. Figure out a way to have a fun day, even if it's not the whole day. Just figure out a way to have fun. Figure out a way to make everybody happy. Figure out a way to, number one, make you happy. It starts with you because you're the boss. And we talked about that before. Are you a boss or are you a leader? Because if they see you happy, if they see you exuding that, hey, although things are not working out the best way, but we're going to be okay, it's good. It's gravy. And that's the type of coach that I am, because I want you to be able to take that hard stuff and turn it into something a little bit better. I always say in that class that I have on mindful shift, how to train your train of thought, right? Is that taking that mind shift. Sometimes you have to flip the script, on things that you're doing. So sign up, become a member, have some fun. It is Fun Friday. Check out a class or two and see if I'm the coach for you. And I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to be able to create a space for women entrepreneurs to be able to come together, to share ideas, go to Med is My Biz, to share ideas and to just strengthen one another, because that's what it's about in this season. And that's what's going to help you grow. And as your coach, that's what I'm going to be here to do. So I will be on at 5 every day to also highlight some business tips and strategies for you. But it really will benefit you more if you come in and join Sustain Your Business Academy. I'll put that information up for you, because at the end of the day, it's really, really about time to reconsider how you are doing business. How are you making your cash? How are you keeping your cash in? And how are you sustaining the environment in which your office is in? So, yeah. So I like to have some fun too. Some people might say that I can be a little rigid, but I can also have fun. And sometimes I can have some quirky personality at times, but it's still all about business. Because why? I'm all about, sustainable solutions to your business. I'm your girl, Dr. TOD. If you like anything that I've said today, let's recap about setting the tone for your office on a fun day. And how do you do that when you're having a fun Friday or a fun Tuesday or Thursday? Is you start by effectively having good communication. You, number 2, listen and encourage the ideas of your staff and your teammates. Number 3, and that is encourage growth. Encourage them to seek elsewhere, some opportunities elsewhere for growth. Maybe have a free training, bring somebody in on one of those days during a lunch or something like that, and then have fun. figure out a time. Doesn't have to be grand. It can be small. And again, it is Fun Friday. Go to Meta is My Biz. I got another video that I'm going to post that I think is funny. And just to make you laugh a little bit for today. So this is your girl, Dr. T.O.D. I am the founder of Sustain Your Business Academy, where there is a place for you to have sustainable business solutions come together to be able to help you win in this season. What does win mean? Welcoming in the new you, investing in yourself, and to never give up on you. I will see you on the other side. Be blessed.